Our radio audience just rejoined. We just saw a terrific clip of James Harrison, the actor in Heels, that's streaming right now on Netflix, and also a fellow actor in this show and the showrunner, Mike O'Malley, both of them here together on the Rich Eisen Show. Good to see you, gents, for sure.
We're glad to be here with you, Rich. Thanks for being here to help us spread the word about Heels. What we're really excited about, and what I was really excited about, is you got this amazing athlete. He only played one season for the Patriots, my favorite team, but at a future Hall of Famer football star who just turned out to be an unbelievable actor on the show, which is about an independent wrestling promotion in southwestern Georgia.
When did you realize you wanted to act, James?
After I got through playing with football, I wanted to do something that was a challenge for me. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but I got stage fright, like real bad. So when I was younger, playing ball, I tried to stay away from the reporters. I was just nervous.
You were nervous?
Oh, hella nervous. I just didn't know what to say.
Talking to the media?
Talking to the media was hella nervous. So my next, thing is I did some commentating on Fox and all that.
Yeah.
And then that move was just to be out here so I could talk to people and possibly get, into the, the acting, the unscripted stuff, the scripted stuff rather.
Yes.
And I ended up getting an audition with Mike and Pete, and sat there, and my coach was like, you may have to do it like 6, 7, 10 times,
Yeah.
And, we did like two or three different sets, and he was like, okay, that's good. So I left there, and I'm like, I don't think I got the job. I'm like, it was too fast. So he's like, it's either a good thing or a bad thing. And they called me up. I believe it was like Saturday or Sunday night.
Yeah.
Sunday night. And they go with from the movie. What movie is that? Your Future is Calling.
I'm
that's
trying to remember. It's not Wall Street, is it?
No, I think it was. I forgot what it was, but they hit me with, it sounded like they were about to let me down easy. You know? And he was like, well, it's your future calling. You got a future in this. And they gave me the part for Apocalypse, which is a recovering alcoholic who is very loyal to the DWL. He's the dystopia. Sorry. Very loyal to the other group of the brothers.
Yep.
But that's just, it was a challenge, and it was something that I felt like I could succeed at.
And you obviously you're a diehard football fan,
right.
Mike. James Harrison walks to the door, or winds up on your desk that, hey, James Harrison wants to read for a role,
right?
And you thought what?
Well, all credit to Pete Siegel. Pete Siegel is the amazing director.
Yes.
Directed Longest Yard. He directed Anger Management, 50 First Dates, Tommy Boy. I mean, this is a guy who just really knows actors and knows comedy. Has also worked with a lot of athletes. And Pete, when the audition came in for James, he called me up. He said, "You got to take another look at this. If you haven't seen this, James Harrison is fantastic." I'm like, James Harrison, the former Steeler. Yeah, he's like, yes. And so, Rich, because you have a lot of athletes come on, you have a lot of actors come on. The hardest thing about doing a realistic sports television show or movie is a lot of people who are actors, they go in acting because they got cut from the teams that they, the baseball team, the football team, they couldn't do it for the rest of their life. Athletes are focused on something different. They're physical, athletic talents. And so you have a divergent path where a lot of people who are athletes aren't interested in the acting, even though they go to movies, they watch movies, they like movies. When we saw James, we thought, now we can really show what a professional wrestler would look like. And he had the acting ability. And a lot of times you can get athletes who look like athletes, but they can't do the acting. So they can't do a monologue at an AA recovery meeting. We gave him, it was like 2 pages long. There was a lot of words. It was hard to do. This guy, he put his focus that he put into the football and he puts into the weight room, he put it into acting, and it was incredible.
Did you ever try wrestling in real life?
No, I didn't try wrestling in real life, but I got to actually do all my own stunts, and we had to actually learn how to wrestle. So actually doing that, it hurts. No, I'm dead serious. Like the mat, it sounds like it's bouncy. It's a little bouncy, but hitting that hurt. I don't care if you just fall straight on your back, and then you add to it getting thrown off a top rope, getting clothesline. It's physically hitting you. You know the outcome. It's predetermined, but the beatings are real. You know?
And usually those moves would give you a 15-yard penalty back in the day.
Yes. Yes. 15 yards, 75,000, you know, all stuff
Really?
like that.
You once opened a FedEx envelope and it was 75,000?
Yeah, I said I quit. It was the hit on Massaquoi. Yeah.
Oh, I remember that one.
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't even a hard hit.
But
Listen to me.
Muhammad
That wasn't a
Massaquoi.
hard hit, okay? I gave him 50%, and I keep telling people this, just to get him to let go of the ball. Now, if I knew they were going to fine me $75,000, that would have been the most disgusting, grotesque hit you would have ever seen in your life.
You would have gotten your money's worth.
I would have got my money's worth. Yeah, definitely.
But that was also the weekend where there were other hits and other.
Yeah,
so,
and I
so
think
there
I
was a
got
point
cribs
trying to
that
be
week, too.
made. There was a point trying to be made.
Well,
You know, back in the day.
yeah. I don't even want to.
No, those are the past.
Yeah.
It's in the past. You're an actor now, right?
Yeah, yeah. Let me act like that don't matter. I don't care. Hey, you know, it was what it was. You know, he had to do what he had to do. It was
All right,
a great
here's a
thing.
new-
You know, safety is
Here's
what
a
it
new
is.
scene. You open up a FedEx envelope, and in it, all right.
Oh, that's all. That's it. I'm glad he went light.
Oh my God, James Harrison here on the Rich Eisen Show, along with Mike O'Malley. And Heels is available for streaming on Netflix. A great show. Everybody should check out. So this is what you want to do now with your life.
Definitely,
Acting.
definitely. You know, season 1 was great. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance for season 2. But you know, this is something that I definitely want to focus on. I want to, you know, be able to do this for the rest of my life.
Who in the acting world have you reached out to for advice? Or
That's just it. Like I used all the people that I work with. You know, the biggest person that I leaned on a lot was Alan Maldonado, because I did a lot of my scenes with him, and he's the one that really, you know, helped me to learn, you know, their craft, their profession. You know, and when we would work out, I would give him tips in the gym. So I think he helped me far more than I helped him. You know, if you could tell, he's still the same size. You know, I grew a little.
right?
Alan plays Rooster on the show. He's an amazing actor and an amazing, you know, athlete too. And these guys really motivated one another to really, you know, we wanted to portray wrestling and show the heart and the yearning that goes into this creative endeavor for all of these independent wrestlers who are trying to make it, you know.
Yeah.
And so they really had to get their bodies right. And so Stephen Amell and Alexander Ludwig and Chris Bauer and James, Trey Tucker, Robbie Ramos, all these guys, Alan Maldonado, they just really had to, it was more than just, you know, working out to look good. They had to really get in shape to be able to pull off these stunts by themselves.
Well, to talk it's kind of crazy to me that you say you were like shy or didn't want to stage fright with media, because
I could play in front of hundreds of millions of people.
Right.
I don't hear them. I don't see them. For some reason, they're not there to me. You put me in front of 10 people in a room and I got to talk.
Yeah.
I used to be ready to lock up.
Unbelievable.
And the media never puts
Crash out.
anything
Are you
out of
kidding me?
proportion. They wouldn't blow anything out of
Excuse
proportion.
me.
If he stumbled on something and said maybe the wrong thing,
Mike,
he couldn't blow up
don't
into a
paint
story.
all of us with a broad brush.
I
There are
didn't
some
say
of
Rich
us in the
Eisen
media
would
that
do
would
it.
do
You're being
Right.
an
No,
amazing
but that
host.
said,
You know, a hit dog will holler. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
nice.
You know?
But when somebody like me fires up Steelers cam for James Harrison, like I did back in the day, and James is like staring a hole through me through the camera, I'm thinking, is he pissed at me? Did I do
Oh,
something
that's
wrong?
my natural look.
I had no idea. Well, that's
See,
your
I'm smiling now. See, it's a different.
That's
I'm
acting, though.
I'm acting.
You're acting.
That's the thing.
Rustin
we want to
Harrison face is
That's
what
we
you
want
got.
to have him in. That we
like
want to turn him into a teddy bear.
I like
right?
it.
A teddy
Why
bear on
not?
television.
You're acting. I appreciate that. That said, I want to marry a couple things here. Your love of the Patriots and obviously your knowledge of the game. What did you? I don't know if you heard this, but Jerod Mayo called the Patriots soft after they lost to the Jacksonville Jaguars this week. Called his defense soft. How do you think that's landing in that locker room right now, James?
I would think they would do things to toughen up. You know, if your head coach is saying that you're soft, he's obviously been there and he's watched you go through, you know, this whole season, the preseason up to this point, and what he's seen is obviously what he considers to be soft. So it's a difference between losing and you know, getting pushed around in the process of it.
So you take it as a challenge more than
yes, no question.
not an insult.
I take it all as a challenge. You know, I mean, I don't think you can you can last in this, and in the NFL if you're going to take everything as an insult. An insult don't make you want to go out there and do better. I take everything as a challenge. I think the players should take it as a challenge. A chip on their shoulder to go out there the next game, and if we don't do nothing else, we're gonna be physical and punish people.
Yeah, I know. Belichick was saying that he felt bad for the players that he's calling soft because Bill knew the players. Bill had those players last year, and he said that they were a first-ranked runs, defense last year. That was his response, which, as you might imagine, in the New England area, people are like, "Well, is Bill calling out Jerod Mayo and all that sort of stuff?" Like that's what's going down in your old neck of the woods.
Well, Bill don't have to be there anymore. So the coach is the one that has to do what he feels like is going to motivate his players to get them to go out there and play at the level that he needs them to. I respect him. I respect Bill. I had a great time when
How many games were you there?
It was 4 games.
You freaked everybody in Pittsburgh out by going to New England, right?
Listen, when Channel 1 don't want you and Channel 2 do, that's where you go. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Pretty much.
Yeah.
I think.
What do you think,
About a
Mike?
week ago, my wife hugged me goodbye before I went on a hike. She said, "You're getting a little soft," and I've hiked every day since then. And so I don't think soft is not. Basically, you just want a bed that's soft. That's about it.
That's about it.
You don't want a body that's soft. And I think that the Patriots, no one wants to hear a Patriot fan complain about anything because they had so much success for so long. So I don't know what's going to turn it around. I don't know what's going to turn that team around.
Well, the neat thing is whatever you do in your acting career, James, and I only hope that it gets more and more successful, is you will definitely be the only person in your profession with one of the greatest plays in the history of the Super Bowl to go along with it as well. And I say this,
It's
by
not
the way,
one of.
Show that clip.
It's not one
it's
of.
number
it is
one.
the.
No,
Well,
it is not
I
the.
understand
Yes,
that.
it is.
What do you think is?
But
Butler's interception.
Because you said the coach was smart for doing that. That was a smart move. That should
I'm
have
saying
never happened.
you asked me a question
That
and
should've-
I answered it. We
listen,
can
you're
dispute
a Patriot
it.
fan. I
Listen,
don't like you right
I
now.
want to see why you didn't get into season 3 of Heels. Okay, we're going to have him as nothing but a teddy bear.
I like it.
Listen, this guy is a great actor. We want everyone watching Heels because the more people watch, we'll get season 3.
Yes.
And we will have you on the show, Rich.
I will do it.
as a reporter who beats him up.
Just so you understand, I have.
Oh, he could be the reporter that gets thrown around. Like
No.
Yes,
no,
actually.
guys, don't just pigeonhole me as a reporter.
Okay. How about as a lover?
You want to be a wrestler?
Excuse me.
You want to be a wrestler?
I don't want to be a wrestler. I want to be an actor, and I have range.
You have
James,
range.
How
I
about
have
this?
range.
How about this, Rich?
Yes.
Stephen Amell told me to remind you that he called you a very handsome man.
He did.
This is the star of Heels.
He was on. He and his wife were at the Super Bowl one year. I believe it was the one in I forget where it was in Dallas. And he calls me over, and I went over to him, and he told me I was a very handsome man.
Okay, well, what
And I
if
thought
you
it was
steal
new for
his
me.
wife in the show?
100%, I'm in.
I think
100%, I'm 100%. I am in.
I think you can write that in.
But I had to say it's one of the best plays is because one of my dear friends and colleagues is Kurt Warner, and every time this gets brought up, it is an issue for him since he's the one who threw it.
Again,
How tired
is
were
it
you?
my
at the end?
fault for catching it or him for throwing it?
I understand that, but what was your perspective? Can you walk me through
Oh, yeah, I can walk you
pre-snap
through that.
all the way to the very
I
end
could
of this
walk you
play,
through,
James?
So pre-snap, it's a max blitz. Coach LeBeau done called a max blitz.
Mm-hmm.
The whole half is like we're getting there a step too late, or we're getting there just as he's throwing the ball. And on this blitz, Lawrence Timmons is supposed to be the free shooter, and he's blitzing inside of me. So I got to get this tackle to step to me, and Lawrence Timmons would be the free shooter. And I'm like, you know what? I just really don't think I'm going to get there. So Coach gave us a little leeway to be able to do things. So
Freelance a touch.
a touch, yeah. So
It'd be like ad-libbing.
it'd be like when Troy got deep third and he jumps the A gap. Like that.
That's all Troy would
Yeah,
do, right?
yeah.
Polamalu, yes.
I'm like, I got to step at this tackle to get him to step towards me so Timmons can be the free shooter and he can't hold the ball because I'm just going to play for the slant end. That's the closest thing to me that I can affect. And, I'm just going to drop and play for it. So the ball snaps, I step, the tackle jumps out at me. When he jumps out at me, I see Timmons get through. I drop back, and I'm just looking at Kurt, and he's looking at me like I'm looking at you. And I'm like, all right, he sees me. He's not about to throw the ball. And I see his arm start going up, and I'm like, oh, snap, he's about to throw the ball. And when he throws it, I'm like, oh, shit, he threw the ball. So when I catch it, that's why I'm kind of surprised as I cradle it like this. I just really didn't believe he was going to throw it. So, you know, we take off, and as soon as I catch the ball, in my mind, I'm like, I'm gone. It's nobody there.
You're standing on the goal line there.
Oh, I didn't care. It was nobody there. I'm like, I'm gone. So Shea Townsend goes, like, give me the ball. I'm like, yo, get the hell away from me. Go block somebody. I'm not giving you the ball. It seemed like I
wanted to be pitched to.
Man, it seemed like I fought with him for like 30 seconds, right? By the time I look up, it's a sea of red jerseys, dude. And I'm like, oh, I'm not about to make it, you know? So we start running, and we get through the like first cluster, and I think it's Kurt. And somehow we stumble through that. After we stumble through that, it's somebody on my side. So I think
is it Larry?
Kiesel or Timmons came back and cracked back on somebody. As I'm, you know, so I get past that. I'm like, all right, you know, I'm gone. And then again, it's a running back. Woodley comes and knocks him, and then I jump over Woodley. And I'm like, yo, I got to make it now because I feel like I've been running for like the last 2 minutes.
Plus time's running.
It's only 17 seconds at that time when we first snapped the ball.
Right.
So I'm like, I gotta get in. And as I take off and start veering back towards the sideline, I see another lineman, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, it's the Carl Lewis alignment out here. So I go, and he dives at me. So I just start kicking my legs as high as I can. I'm holding the ball like a loaf of bread now. Fitzgerald comes in from the side. I don't see him, nothing. He could have been a hero. All he had to do was hit the ball. He missed. He hit my chest, and it gave me time to cover the ball. If he had went straight down and hit the ball, it was gone.
Like Peanut Tillman punch it.
Oh, it was gone.
Right.
But he missed on the hit and hit my chest, gave me time to cover up. And I think Breston hit me in the back, and we all rolled into the end zone. Yeah.
And when you rolled into the end zone, did you know you had made it?
Oh, I knew it was a touchdown. Because I landed on my head. I landed on my neck. My neck, like, just popped, cracked. That's what made me lay on the ground along with being tired, is I didn't land on nothing but my head, and then we rolled in. Because when I hit, I saw the goal line at my head. Like, it was, like, right here. I'm like, yo, we in. And I was on top of Larry, too. So.
Top of Larry.
So I'm watching the play as he's describing this. That is... The detail that you have is amazing. It's literally step by step. At like the 40-yard line, there are 6 Cardinals around you.
Oh, yeah.
And you get by all of them. You jump over a dude. Yeah, and then Larry comes from out of bounds, basically, and has a chance to strip it, but misses, and then Steve Breston hits you into the end zone.
Yep. What was it like in the locker room after that? At halftime?
I don't know. I was getting IV'd up. Yeah, it was, we were just getting ready to, get to the second half, and, try and, finish it off. That was it.
Unbelievable. Wow. I will never forget that moment.
Yeah.
That was an incredible Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable. And then after all that, you had to sit there and watch Big Ben go down the field at the end to win
We shouldn't even had to do that, man. They had a penalty called in the end zone that shouldn't have been called. It should have been over when Santonio caught the first down. We'd have kneeled on the ball. It would have been over with. Yeah.
I love it. Fantastic. Thanks for coming in here and just chopping it up.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Congrats on everything going on with both of you guys.
Thanks, Rich.
Both of you guys. Your career's taken off too, Mike. You're crushing it here in this town. Your name gets mentioned over and over and over again when shows are looking for somebody to run it or write it and do it. And obviously you're outstanding what you do.
I really appreciate
Heels
that,
included,
Rich.
obviously.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Heels
and,
included.
I just I hope we get to make more heels. And James, for anyone who's listening out there, who's a director, producer, I mean, he's amazing. You cast him. He really can.
I can do it all.
And did Primanti Brothers ever make a sandwich for you? Because one went in, they made one for us.
No.
They did.
They made a sandwich for him? That's good.
They already did. Yeah, one win for him. They got it.
1 start, 1 win. That's good. That's 100.
I know. And
batting
1,000. There it is, right there. There's the sandwich.
You're batting 1,000.
Right there.
We got to get you a sandwich, James.
There it is. We need to get you a sandwich. A Harrison sandwich.
I got a sandwich at Kent State.
Do you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of their little You know,
One of those
called?
spots?
Cheese, yeah, something.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
You don't even know what's in your own sandwich?
No, I ain't never ate it.
This man's in shape. He's got to stay in shape. He's an actor now. He's a thespian.
Exactly.
He's got to watch it.
Gotta watch my figure.
Then you should watch Heels streaming on Netflix. Again, for those who recall it from the Stars days, check it out on Netflix right now. May you get the season 3 you're looking for. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.